Welcome to FreightWaves Weather. You made it to Friday, but Tropical Storm Barry is still a threat to the central Gulf Coast, I should say. And we're going to take a look and see where Barry is right now, where it's going to be heading over the next 24 hours. It's getting closer to land. It's moving really slowly, but it's not far from the Louisiana coast, the central Louisiana coast right now. And what we're thinking is that by overnight tonight, sometime between, say, midnight and about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, that's when it's going to make landfall right along the Louisiana coast, just south of Lafayette and New Iberia, right in this area here. And it's possible that it could get a little bit stronger. Winds right now are at about 50 miles per hour, but the storm possibly could become a brief low-end Category 1 hurricane by landfall, and then after it hits the land, it'll start to weaken once again. But it could do some damage as far as flooding, the storm surge, all the heavy rain that is going to be coming offshore onto land here, the coastal areas, New Orleans metro area, even Baton Rouge, and then later in the weekend as it moves further inland, heading up into Mississippi. So there will be at least temporary disruptions over the next few days to oil production, crude production, and also to oil refining. And already the ConocoPhillips refinery, the Alliance refinery, the officials there with that refinery have already They announced yesterday that by early this morning, they were planning to shut down the facility at least temporarily during the storm. That's one of the largest refineries in this region. And also Chevron, ExxonMobil have evacuated some of their offshore oil rigs. So there'll at least be temporary disruptions. Portions of Interstate 10, I-12, US 90 could also end up being closed to traffic because of flooding problems. So now we're going to go look to see where all the watches and the warnings are. We have tropical storm warnings. We have hurricane warnings for the coastal areas. We have also storm surge watches and warnings for the New Orleans and Lake Pontchartrain areas. And we even have flash flood warnings further inland and over in Louisiana and over towards the Mississippi coast as well. These will be all in effect for the next 24 hours at least, and heading through the weekend. The flooding threat, the storm surge threat, will last all weekend across the Louisiana coastline and the inland areas as well, New Orleans metro area. But prior to landfall, we're actually also dealing with a severe storm threat. So we're going to look at that last. And this is for mostly the New Orleans metro area over towards the Mississippi coast. Before that storm even makes landfall tonight, during the day today, there could be some severe thunderstorm cells popping up that could produce very, very heavy rain for a while with localized flash flooding before the flooding becomes widespread, possibly isolated damaging winds before the wind damage becomes more widespread upon landfall tonight. And also across this area, there could be some isolated tornadoes as well. And so along with all these threats, you see all these circles here on the sonar critical events maps that are indicated in red. Those are ports and oil refineries that are under the high risk of flooding and or wind damage from Tropical Storm Barry over the next 24 to 48 hours. We have a lot more of this on our website at freightwaves.com. Also be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and be careful out there.